January 1st, 2021, I started on a journey that has led me to today, April 2nd, 2021. I have posted now for 3 months daily, consistently. Every single day, I have had a video up on this channel. It has been, so far, an interesting challenge. I set out, the goal being, to upload daily for 365 days. And I've now accomplished 91 of those days so far. It's been interesting. Some of the interesting challenges from that would have been some creative fatigue that I've experienced along the way that I've found ways to push past. It's been stressful dealing with full-time college, full-time work, and then also part-time YouTube. But I've managed to make that work as well because I've developed better workflows to make my content more manageable for me to bring to you guys. Throughout this experience, I've gained some very loyal followers. I've also lost quite a few subscribers. And I think this is a good segue into talking about some statistics that I think that are interesting that I can share with you guys about what it looks like to be posting for 3 months straight. When you go to your channel analytics, you can pick different periods of times to review. You have lifetime, 365 days, 30 days, etc. I chose 90 days because we're doing a quarterly review of my channel. So you can see on the screen here that I have almost 14,000 views in the past 3 months, which is a pretty reasonable amount to have considering that I've uploaded about 90 videos. I also have some past videos that I've done pretty well as well, so we'll get into that here in a minute. As far as watch time goes, 357 hours isn't the best, but it's not terrible either. To be monetized on YouTube, you have to have 4,000 watch time hours in a year and also over 1,000 subscribers. So obviously I am not getting even close to the average of what I would need to get that. I would need an average of 1,000 watch time hours every 90 days in order to be able to hit the mark. So I'm not probably getting monetized this year, which sucks, but it is what it is. The most surprising number that many people may not notice is that I've actually only gained 2 subscribers in the last 90 days. I'm currently sitting at a very even 1,000 subscribers. My numbers fluctuate pretty heavily when it comes to subscriptions. There have been times when I've been up to 1,015, times I've been all the way down to 996, but at the moment, I'm at 1,000, and the main reason why this happens is because I bleed old subscribers who subscribed to me way back in 2017, 2018, that forgot about my channel. I didn't upload very often, and when I started uploading daily and content they didn't subscribe for, they decided to move on. What's nice is that the subscribers that I have gained during this period are people who actually actively want to watch the content on my channel. So although I've barely gained subscribers, the ones I've lost have been replaced by ones that actually want to watch my videos. So it does actually make a pretty big difference. And you can see the analytics are showing from January 2nd to April 1st. Unfortunately, I was unable to do this video yesterday because I was still recovering from my second dose of COVID vaccine, so there's that. So obviously some interesting numbers, some things shocking, some things not. Obviously, I didn't expect to be able to be monetized this year. It wasn't part of the goal. The goal really is just to have a year's worth of content that I can look back on and be proud of. And then of course, it's also interesting that I've only gained technically 2 subscribers, but that's not really the whole story as I've mentioned earlier. Next up, we have the top 10 videos over the past 90 days. Now, something that may be shocking to you that isn't very shocking to me is that the top 4 are actually all from 2017 and 2018. This was during the peak of my channel whenever I was getting the most views and most subscribers, when I was also experiencing some of the most depression in my life. So I wasn't able to capitalize on that opportunity, and those videos still do really well up to this day, and actually are a big credit to why I still get a good amount of views to this day, because it brings more people to my current videos, and hopefully I convert some of those people into what I make now instead of what I made in the past. Now, the most popular video that I've made so far, as far as views go in the last 90 days, was the responding to comments episode number 6, the Bald Men Don't Get Girls video. What's interesting is that a lot of my responding to comments videos are actually on here. I say a lot, as in 2 of them, but it's interesting that as far as 21 videos go, half of them are in the top 10, and of those half, 2 of them are actually the responding to comments videos. Now, of course, my number 1 is always going to be 19-year-old balding dealing with criticism. That was my breakout hit video, uploaded September 8th, 2017. And then you also have the first video currently published on my channel being the number 3 video, which I think is very interesting as well. I'm actually pretty proud of that video, not for the production quality, but for the transformation that it shows on my channel and kind of demonstrating the new beginnings that I had. The one that I was actually shocked that actually made it on this list was the Remember Your Why, Stick to It video. My image quality in that was trash, the audio wasn't fantastic, fantastic, but somehow it managed to do pretty okay overall. It shows that whenever I break out of my room and actually go out into the world and do things, it at least gets noticed by the people watching. When you're looking at average view duration, it's frustrating that I can't seem to keep every single person in the videos. It's not the whole story. It's not like 100% that people are only watching half to a quarter of my videos. What usually happens is someone clicks on maybe for 10 seconds. If I don't capture them right in that moment, they'll move on. Whereas a lot of other people may watch the entirety of the video, so it averages out pretty well, I would say. I'd obviously rather more people watch the entirety of a video because it typically takes me a few minutes to get to the point, but typically it's worth it because I've built up a lot of anticipation to that point and given a lot of backstory and context to what the point I'm trying to make. But I need to find better ways to entice people to want to stay even longer, kind of like people like Mr. Beast and Mark Rober, who really set the premise up early and hint towards it going on throughout the video after that. I need to start doing that more. Now here we're going to be talking about Geographics. So the United States is definitely the top as far as how many people are watching me. About 30% of my regular viewers are from the US. The ones that I've noticed the most were the United Kingdom and India, especially the India one. I've actually had this kind of following from India since I broke out with young balding. It seems like it's an issue that really plagues them. A lot of young men that are from that region actually watch a lot of videos that I make like that. So it's really interesting to see that kind of turnout from India. Now you may notice this only represents about 41-42% of my overall audience. It breaks out a lot more when you go through the Geographics, but they're not really worth mentioning, of course, because they're not in the top 5. But I get a lot of people mainly from the US and the UK, mainly because I'm English speaking and they're English speaking and it makes the most sense. I don't really get a whole lot of foreign viewers. I've had a few mention from different Hispanic countries that they wish that I had Hispanic subtitles, and that's something that I can't really control, unfortunately, so there's that. But yeah, it's interesting at least. Now this is the thing that everybody talks about on their YouTube channels nowadays, is their watch time from subscribers. The people watching me is about 34% are subscribed, 66% is not subscribed, which of course means if you're not subscribed, you should hit that subscribe button. It's free. You can always undo it later. I've only gained 2 in the past 90 days. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks. So obviously, part of the reason why that number is like that is because I don't have a set niche. I'm not like Bald Cafe that only talks about balding videos. I'm not like Mark Rober who only talks about science-related things. I do not have a target audience other than young balding, which I don't even focus on that much anymore because I'm trying to not be put into a box. I suffer from that in the way of not having everybody be subscribed, but I become more fulfilled creatively whenever I don't get put into a box, which makes me want to create more content, which gives me more opportunities to be noticed and found by other people. It's a slippery slope. It's not the easiest thing for me to figure out how to balance. I'm still working on it, and obviously I wish the number was much higher, but I'm okay with where I'm at right now. I'll be doing more calls to action throughout my videos from now on instead of just leaving it at the end. I'm hoping that makes some sort of difference in the turnout of my gained subscribers and hopefully gain likes and comments as well. The last stat we're going to be looking at is the age and gender. Now this should come as no surprise to anybody watching my videos, but the vast majority of my viewers are male. 99.7%. The female audience is very low. The main reason why is because I'm not catering towards a female audience when I'm making these videos, not by being intentional or anything. It's not by design that I've done that. But a lot of my videos are mainly relatable to people who are like me, younger balding men. So I typically appeal more to that audience than I would with the female audience. I don't really talk about women's issues as often. A lot of the issues that I face aren't necessarily as relatable to women. So oftentimes the main women that are watching my channel are ones that have either known me in real life that are currently watching, or ones that may have found me very early on my channel that just forgot to unsubscribe. As far as the age demographics go, it should also come as no surprise my main demographics are from 18 to 34, with the main target audience being in my age range being 18 to 24 years old. A lot of my content broke out from young balding. The emphasis is on young. I do have some older members watching my channel that are even active commenters like RJ Carter and Bald Stanley, but the vast majority of people with the silent watchers are the ones that are young men. They're the audience that I appeal to, and I'm actually pretty okay with that because I'm also a young man, which means that a lot of the issues that I face and overcome, I can help young men overcome as well. So it's encouraging to know at least that I hit my demographic pretty on the nose, and I'm hoping that as I gain more experience and wisdom, and as I'm able to communicate better how I've gone through life, I can appeal to even older audiences and be useful to them as well. So really, every 90 days or so, I want to make a video like this, a quarterly review of my channel, just talking about where we've come so far, the strides that we've made towards the growth of this channel, and doing some reflection on what we can do better. I think it would be ridiculous for me to spend the entire year not adapting and changing. I think that'd be a waste of the time that I'm spending doing this. obviously there are things that I can be improving. If I can draw in audience better early on, I'm more likely to have a higher watch time retention. If I do calls to actions in the middle of the videos instead of the end of the videos, like asking people to subscribe, mentioning that they might not be subscribed, and asking them to like and comment earlier on in the video, there's a higher likelihood they'll actually see that, unlike whenever I usually do at the end of the video where I'm talking about, oh yes, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. Do not forget to keep it casual. Most people aren't watching to the end. Some of my highest retention is about 45%. It's not likely they'll actually see that. So if I can do that call to action in the first half of the video, I might actually get more of those clicks, more of those likes, more of those comments, more of those subscribers than if I just waited till the end. Sure, it may hurt the flow of the video a little bit, but if I can increase the audience and make more impact and reach, I think that's a worthwhile trade. As well as if I can get to the point earlier in the video. I've had a few videos in the past where I've done clips of what happens later in the video that tend to do a little bit better with audience retention because they're waiting to get to that point. But I need to figure out how to not ramble as much and get to the point faster in videos. I pride myself on not vamping too much, on not adding too much fluff to a video. I don't care about hitting past the 10-minute mark unless it's necessary for the point of the video. That being said, I'll start the video with a rant or with an off-tangent story that's not relevant to the topic, and if I stop doing that, I'm probably going to keep people on the video longer because they're not going to feel like I'm wasting their time as much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Of course, if you did, go ahead and give it a like. If you want to see more videos from me, I'm uploading every single day of the year this year, so you might as well check it out and subscribe and see what's up with that. And do not forget to keep casual.